Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Set! 180!
Check. Watch 54.
Snicker!
Slam. Check out, read. Check 99.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And his first look is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Carson. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Draw play. This is Carson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Switzer on the return. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. That's caught inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Here we go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Here we go. Check three. Check three. You go tight. You got tight right there. Deuce. Check safety.
Ben to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Boswell for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Set! Like 30!
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here it comes.
Roethlisberger will throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down.
Joker.
Go.
Hey, watch it.
49, check 49. Hey, check 24.
21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Snickers, got to spin. 77. Hey, Charlie.
Watch the ship. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Easy.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And McDonald here over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Like 5. No foul.
Focus, defense, focus.
Check and turn.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's our time. It's our time.
Blue draw quarters.
Check. Undercrush. Undercrush. Patch it. Watch twist.
Snickers.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Here we go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Tight dog.
Hey, alert.
Check. Lucky.
These two.
Switch.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Rashad Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Single. Monday. Alert, alert.
Check. Crunch.
Heat these 2.
Alert 3.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this. Or keep.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill.
Check 13. Tempo.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
You see me?
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Man open left side is Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw is Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check 31, check 31. Slam, slam, slam.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing again, Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Samuels. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run again with Samuels on 1st down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And this is caught on the left side, Jerron Brown. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Check 24, check 24.
Check.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Check. Alert.
54. Hey, let's get off the field.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, orbit.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll begin the drive with Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He gets it to Brown, complete. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jaron Brown, 78 yards. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
41, Seahawks 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Well, he's coming. Double up, double up.
Took right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Seattle.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Shift.
On the delay, here's Carson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his numbers a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Wilson now, operating from the gun. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They run it with Carson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Wilson. Underneath pass here to Van Ness. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Space to maneuver at the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2. Yeah. And that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, Held him to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
50. Watch out.
The 42-yard line.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The 24-yard line.
Let's get it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.